Shalom and welcome to another episode in our ongoing series called Faith Journeys with God in the Land. Today we're at Bental, an old military outpost overlooking the Syrian border. Shalom on a very windy day here in Israel. We're actually at a place called Bental, an old military outpost, and we're walking to the top of this for a view into Syria. It's always a little cooler up here, and the wind is quite strong out of the east today. But this is really a neat place to visit. It was an important site in the 1967 war when the Israelis and the Syrians battled in this region. So we're going to walk up to this old outpost. In fact, you can see it now behind me as we talk about in our faith journey the importance of making God our ultimate protector. So this military outpost is really well built. In fact, you can even see the signs that point to locations, how far, for instance, Jerusalem is, or Damascus, or the Dead Sea, or Beijing. I mean, this is sort of a fun way to unfold distances from here to other places in the world. But when we talk about the importance for the modern Israeli perspective, the importance of controlling viewpoints like this, we're actually looking into Syria now. You can tell how vital this perspective was in the days of, again, back to the 1967 war. This military bunker is well fortified and built. We're going to actually drop down into one of the trenches here that we see. And let me just hop down here. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. We made it. And you can see that this provided really good protection for soldiers who use this. Now, of course, the view from here is outstanding. There's an old turret, I guess you would call it, and we'll walk around the bend here until we can talk more about the Syrian border actually now in the view. There it is. In fact, Mount Hermon is back behind me, and now we're looking directly into Syria in this direction. Most people don't realize that we can actually look into Syria safely here at the border and talk about how important it is for Israel to maintain this hilltop and many others where there are military establishments and radar and all kinds of protective means. Now we're looking west back into Israel, and now I'll spin around, and now we're looking due north towards Mount Hermon, the highest mountain, which is actually owned by 3 countries. The highest peak belongs to Syria. It's at 9,200 feet above sea level. And Israel has the second highest peak, 7,300 feet. There's actually a ski resort there. And then Lebanon has the lower slopes on the western side. In fact, from the Sea of Galilee, about 40 miles to the south, which is 700 feet below sea level, if you go to the highest peak in Syria today, that's an elevation gain of 10,000 feet. But there is Syria, and of course, we're looking across into a city called Kuneitra, which is way out there in the distance. There was, of course, back a few years ago, a civil war within Syria, but I'm not here really to talk about the modern situation between the Israelis and the Syrians here. That's a political conversation, but we're here to talk about how God is the ultimate protector in our faith journey with Him. So when we talk about protecting the country, of course, we can talk about in modern terminology how important it is for Israel to control these hills and this region of the Golan Heights. But in our faith walk, it's ultimately God who looks down upon us as we are looking down across the border. Think of those times in your life when you're perhaps fearful of what tomorrow brings, what maybe an important decision will bring the following week or month, or a situation that arises out of nowhere where you're just wondering what to do. In fact, it's sort of like back in the desert at En-Gedi when Jehoshaphat knows that the three invading armies are advancing across the Dead Sea. And I love what that passage says, that one verse. Jehoshaphat says, we don't know what to do, but our eyes are upon you. Even though Jehoshaphat in that story of the Bible was initially fearful, we here on top of Bental know that we have nothing to fear. God has our best interest in mind. God has a good eye on us, just like the modern Israelis have a good eye on the border and across the way into Syria. God never leaves us nor forsakes us. So in our faith journey with Him, there's really nothing to worry about. Yes, sometimes we say with Jehoshaphat, Lord, we don't know what to do, but our eyes are upon you. But again, God has His eye on us, and He strengthens us. He encourages us in our walk of faith, in our faith journey with Him. And that's what I think of here at this top perspective military outpost called Bental. And we'll walk around one more time to conclude this talk as we take our position out here. Yes, some severe and fierce battles took place right below me. Famous tank battle actually took place. And yet, God really watched over Israel in remarkable ways. I think one miracle after another. That's who God is. He still performs miracles for us. He protects us. He guards our step. He watches over us. And He knows exactly what is in store for us. And it's our choice in our faith journey with Him to place our faith in Him, to place our trust in Him, knowing that His will be accomplished in and through our lives as we entrust, can we say, not only our battles of life to Him, as again a great battle raged below us in 1967, but even in all aspects of life, every decision that we make, God has an eye on us. So a great, great view from here, looking into Syria from Bental, and I hope that these words encourage your walk of faith with God today. So until next time, shalom.